Rotary. My name's Dave Alexander, and I have the pleasure of serving as your president this year. Starting with a rock theme. We all know who that is. First off, name of it was in the lyrics. Name of the song? Iron Man, done by Black Sabbath, with Ozzy Osbourne as lead vocals, 1970, as a tribute to Ozzy, who died July 22nd at the age of 76. You younger members of our club may recognize him through his MTV reality show, The Osbournes. And with that, we will have today's program on Kids Food Basket. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a reflection by Jamie Hecker. Following the meeting, we'll do a four-way test, and we'll start here with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Before we go to our reflection with Jamie, I just would like to take a moment of silence in honor of our club's coordinator, Kim Boersma, in memory of her friend, Mike Swanson, who passed away last Thursday. Kim opened her home to Mike at a great time of his need and nursed him for a year and a half through his final stages of life. Thank you. Jamie?
Today, I ask you to join me in reflecting on how we can build peace, create change, and be in stronger community, and in some excerpts of the prayer of St. Francis. Make me an instrument of peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. You may return to your seats, continue conversation, networking, and we'll resume the meeting shortly. Thank you. If we can get back together, would visiting Rotarian and guests please come forward for introductions? Emily will bring you to the front with the microphone.
Great. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rachel Gorman, and I'm president of your Muskegon Lakeshore Chamber of Commerce. And my guest today is someone very special to me. Her name is Hannah DeLaura, and she is about to graduate from Western Michigan University.
Go Broncos!
And on Monday, she starts a new position as a community membership manager for the Girl Scouts of Michigan Shore to Shore. So please introduce yourself to Hannah.
Hello, I'm Chris Vanderstout with Agewell Services, and with me today is Chris Bernah, also with Agewell Services. She is our Safe Seniors Coordinator. Many of you know her, don't need an introduction, but she's also the school board president for Mona Shore Schools. And we're really sad that she's going to be retiring. We're sad for us. We're really excited for her. But thank you. She is sad and happy too. Oh, wait, this way.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Caitlin Hermanson with McLaughlin Groves Urban Farm at Trinity Health Muskegon. I have two guests with me today. So I have another Caitlin Smoger. She is the director of the farm and food as medicine for Trinity Health Michigan. And I also have Lindsay Schmidt, who is the newest member of our team in Muskegon. She is our food program coordinator and started on Monday. So we're on day 4, so you have to be really nice to her today. Thanks, everybody.
Hi, I'm Bill Ox. Been pleased to again this week introduce Ivan Ivanov. He's a senior engineer with bioengineering, and he's turned in his application for membership.
Hi, I'm Kirk Holman with the Muskegon Museum of Art, and I want to introduce Amelia Anderson, a staff member of 3 weeks. She is, if I can get the title right, the Bennett Prize Director and Curator of Women Artists. Okay, and she's brand new to Michigan, brand new to Muskegon, so get to know her. So.
Thank you, one and all, and welcome. Muskegon Minute today. Many of you know that I am a recreational biker, not to the extent of people like Gary Post or Rob Taylor. And it doesn't look like Rob's doing a lot of biking right now as I see him in the sling. But I love getting out in West Michigan bike trails. And we have been blessed this summer with a significant new trail in Norton Shores. A new $2 million plus non-motorized trail, 3 miles. It is opened this summer from P.J. Hoffmaster State Park north to Norton Shores Lake Harbor Park along Lake Harbor Road. Funds from Federal American Rescue Plan Act COVID recovery funds have made this possible. Check it out. The biking community appreciates the connection and looks forward to continuing the trail north into the city of Muskegon and south into Ottawa County and Spring Lake Township. To Mayor Nealon and to all those city officials, good on you all. Thank you very much. Introduction of our program today will be from Rob Cook. Rob?
Hello all, I'm a member of the Muskegon Advisory Board for Kids Food Basket, so I am pleased to be able to introduce Stephanie Kerr-Cathy today. If you know Stephanie, as many of you I'm sure do, you know she is full of energy and positivity and enthusiasm for what she cares about. And she certainly cares a lot about Kids Food Basket. She serves as the gifts director, which means she builds relationships and community trust. She secures financial resources to make much of KFB's programming available. Right now, she's leading the efforts for the Feeding Our Future campaign for Muskegon. In particular, as you may know, KFB has a brand new location, new headquarters here in Muskegon, and we hope to use that, leverage that, as I'm sure Stephanie will share, to reach out to more schools, feed more kids, grow and share more healthy food. So it's a great opportunity for our community. On a personal note, Stephanie's from North Muskegon, but now lives in Norton Shores with her law enforcement husband, Damien. She's the proud mom of 2 adult children, and she enjoys traveling, especially summer spent camping, but she's not camping today. She's here with us. So please help me welcome Stephanie.
Hi, how is everyone? I am so excited to be here, and I was really sad that I had to give my membership up as a Rotarian at Kids Food Basket every Thursday is our all staff in Kent County, and I found myself not being able to attend over the last couple of years. But I can also share the last time I was here, we certainly didn't have all this technology. It's a little intimidating, Mike, a little intimidating. I am going to break this up. I could talk KFB all day. This is my heart and my passion. And so I believe what you all want to hear most about is what we're doing in Muskegon and for Muskegon County families and the children here. But our slideshow is all encompassing. So I'm going to spend the first little bit of my time going over some slides, and then I'm going to dig in and talk Muskegon and our expansion and some of the work we're doing here. Sound good? All right. If I could get the first slide. This is our logo. We can go to the next one. Oh, I am. I'm used to being in control, Mike. Thanks for the reminder. I forgot that. I think I'm going this way. There we go. Our vision as an organization, we pursue a future in which all children have access to nourishment that fosters their lifelong health and limitless potential. Our mission is we're serving these children in the 4 counties we operate to be able to reach their full potential with the nourishing food in our Sack Supper programming. Our values, we have several that we've listed. We want to honor every resource gifted. We want to be better than the day before. We want to activate our leaders for good. We are definitely accountable to community. And so this is kind of our core values as an organization. Some of you, Lisa, for example, thank you, Lisa, was our board chair for many years here in Muskegon at Kids Food Basket. We recently launched into a new strategic plan, and we used to have 5 pillars, and it was just too much. So this is new to everyone. Our 3 foundations as an organization would be access, education, and agriculture. Access. Our promise as an organization is to deliver high-quality nutrition to kids to nourish their mind, body, and spirit. In that, we are currently partnering with 61 elementary schools in Kent, Ottawa, Allegan, and Muskegon counties. Altogether, during the school year, we are serving 5 days a week, and end of the day, take-home sack supper to over 11,000 kiddos. Provide trusted, consistent access to culturally inclusive, healthy foods through a variety of different taste tests. We've introduced culturally different foods, including like tahine, and we've also had to pivot a bit a few years back, and we're now a nut-free organization. So, for example, we do sun butter sandwiches. If you've never had sun butter, sunflower seed butter, the kids really like it. It's pretty good. And then lastly, in the access commitment would be working towards policies and sustainable funding to improve healthy food access for kids, families experiencing food insecurity. This one for me, being an advocate, is just so important. With our federal and state budgets, we are making cuts. There are cuts just to all the anti-hunger programs. Child nutrition assistance and community food security is really being impacted by this. As an organization, Kids Food Basket, which really is remarkable and is kind of my hat that I wear daily, is being a gifts director. I try to my catchphrase is, you fundraise before you fundraise. If you can build that community trust and support and deliver on what you say you're going to do, you're going to develop long history of relationships that are deep-rooted in trust. And as an organization, we are 90% charitably funded. That's an incredible statistic. 90% of everything we do in the 4 counties we serve, from our farming to our education to those 11,000 sack suppers a day, are fueled and funded by people like you. So thank you. Here is just a few pictures of some of the kiddos actually from Muskegon that were on site doing packing projects, as well as just some of our huddle up meetings as we work on strategy. Our next promise to our communities in which we operate is our education. I'm going to just go off script here a little bit and say, when I first started working at Kids Food Basket in 2016, if I had someone in the community that kind of had pushback, it would be along the lines of, you're putting a Band-Aid on a larger problem in the community. We always knew that we wanted to educate our kids, not just provide barrier-free access at the end of the day to a sack supper. So what did that look like for us? And with COVID, we realized we needed to meet our students and our teachers especially where they were, which was behind screens. So I welcome all of you to visit kidsfoodbasket.org. At the top of our page, you will see a Learn tab. And in that, you will find our curriculum-based STEM-focused programming. It's 10 lesson plans, and it walks you through step by step. Some of the lesson plans would include the importance of bee pollination. Cool fun fact, we have over 25 hives at Kids Food Basket, and just this summer, we introduced an observation hive. So kids are able to see and understand the importance of bee pollination to our fruits and vegetables on our farms that we're raising. And other lesson plans include composting, the importance of that, food waste management, seed dissection, and really neat, last year we are getting some national recognition for our programming. So if you have any educators in the room, please, 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 it's free and available to you. Check that out. Promote healthy food habits by providing knowledge, skills, and experience for kids, families, and community. And last, building community awareness and advance food equity through advocacy and partnerships. I made some notes on this. We move at such a rapid pace. We have a few very cool partnerships, one of which, shout out to Kurt in the Museum of Art, we are participating, you didn't know I was going to do that, Kurt. We are participating in their Super Saturday this summer program where they welcome the Muskegon County residents, families in. We're participating and partnering alongside of the museum in that way, and that is new to our organization in their wonderful Julia Childs exhibit. Some of the other education pieces that we are doing, I'm going to take a left turn and talk about Muskegon a little bit. Orchard View and Three Oaks, we have both schools throughout the school year have visited our Kent County farm. It's 10-acre sustainable farming at our Kent County headquarter location, where they are doing in-depth question and answer and tours. We are doing bag decorating. We are doing planting of seeds and harvesting, depending on when their visit is. We are doing interactions with hydroponics, compost tumblers, honeybees, and more. And then in the education, our commitment, we were able to identify some USDA funding, which is a true match situation. And from these funds, our lead gift was from Howmet. We still have work to do to get the full amount of the USDA monies, but our commitment to going deeper. So for example, there's many in this room that support Kids Food Basket and also the Boys and Girls Club. We have been partnering for over the last year and a half with the Boys and Girls Club, where we have our education that I just mentioned a minute ago. We're bringing that into the classrooms once a month, and we're able to work together. That's what our community really wants to know that we're all doing, is that we're not so siloed, that we're partnering and sharing resources when we're able to do that. So in this project, we're doing nutrition activities. We are hosting 2 family engagement nights each year with the Boys and Girls Club, and we've installed 8 raised garden beds. And my understanding is that these garden beds that we have put in at the Boys and Girls Club, I believe, are going to be used for their salad bars for the kids. So that's a really interesting way of community connecting and coming together and working together for the betterment of all of our families and children. Another example is Three Oaks Charter Academy. We've also done raised beds at their school location, and we're providing nutrition education and produce boxes. I just got this information today that we served over, I've got to find my notes, 1,200 servings of our fresh produce boxes at Three Oaks Charter Academy, directly from our kids' food basket farms to our kids at Three Oaks Charter Academy, just July 1 through July 28th. That's incredible. Thank you. And then lastly, Orchard View, we really neat. I wasn't on site yesterday, but I got a Teams message that our Orchard View summer programming kiddos, 2nd through 5th grade, were all on site at Kids Food Basket just yesterday, where they were able to harvest some cherry tomatoes, do a cooking demonstration, and they shared with me that their favorite was the blackberries that were ripe, and they were surprised how tasty they were. So all of these kiddos in the summer programming at Orchard View were able to go home also with produce boxes for their families. So that's some example of the education that we've really dived into pre-COVID, post-COVID, pardon me. And here's some additional pictures. You will see in the middle there, that circle, that is our farm. That farm is our Ottawa Illigan farm, which is an additional 10 acres. And lastly, our promise, agriculture, the 2 farms, 2 10-acre sustainable farms, to utilize farmlands and agriculture for that hands-on experience, right? So kids learn where healthy food comes from. Guess what? It doesn't come from Meijer. Carrots actually come out of the ground. And having them being able to have the sensory and the taste and the touch and be a part of that is really important to Kids Food Basket. So really identifying the funding and opportunities with our local schools to bring kids on site really brings this full circle. Advance Kids Food Basket mission by providing meaningful experiences and opportunities using the agriculture as a foundation. And then lastly, increase and improve and advocate for access to healthy food for kids, families, community through the production of local sourcing of sustainably grown produce and environmental stewardship. That's a lot, friends. That's a whole lot. I would like to say that in this space, some of the things we're doing in Muskegon will look a bit different, and I'm excited about that. We have a lot of areas in our community where there are community gardens. We do not, and I'm not, by the way, friends, I'm not the decision maker, but I do not believe we need yet another 10-acre farm. That's very expensive, and I believe our organization we're all on the same page. How can we continue to partner with our local community like Trinity Health, McLaughlin Grows? You're right, food is medicine, friends. It is absolutely medicine. So again, how can we come together with all of our food-driven organizations in this community for a better community? So the agriculture in Muskegon will look a bit different, and I will talk about that a bit more in just a minute when I talk about our new expansion project. So just from July 1st through the 28th, I want to add, before we move on, that Kids Food Basket has donated 3,052 pounds to our farm to pantry partners. We have approximately 1,107 pounds have gone directly into our Muskegon County kids' sack suppers. So we do serve in the summer. We've got a great partnership with the Muskegon Area Library. Thank you, Sarah. And there's a variety of locations in the summer that we serve as an organization. Here in Muskegon County, we're serving over 21 locations. It includes summer programming, summer school. One of the boys and girls sites do not have a hot lunch program, so we're working with that park program and delivering. It's more of, they're treating it as a snack. So really working together as a community, but we are serving in the summer. So I'm excited that although we do not have our own farm here, we are one organization, one mission, and those resources are being shared with our Muskegon County kiddos. And here are some pictures of our farm. Show of hands, my understanding is this spring, some of our awesome Rotarians went to our Kent County location and did a volunteer day. Can you show your hands if you were part of that? I thank you Rotary Club for, hats off to you. Thank you. See, the intersection of a really incredible organization is what the community needs and what we're able to do and do it well. And our volunteers are our heroes in the work that we do daily. Big operation, numbers-wise, but we have 52 employees currently. So whereas an organization, we're seeing over 250 volunteers a day. Impacts of hunger. Now, this data is actually incorrect, even though this presentation was put together in May. Our recent numbers are showing that children facing food insecurity has risen to 402,860 according to Kids Count data for Michigan children. This is not national, this is all Michigan information. And more specifically, using Kids Count data, when you hone in on Muskegon County, we have 7,850 or 19.7% of Muskegon County kids that are facing food insecurity and hunger in their home. Years in service. And these are just ways that you could get involved with our organization. I would call out volunteer. Well, as we move into our new space, we are in desperate need of volunteers. We immediately plan in September to begin serving the children at Marquette Elementary and Glenside Elementary, which is a Spanish immersion program. We piloted the program in late spring, and we are gonna fully take them on to partner with them and do sack suppers on a daily basis. And so now that we have a home, we would encourage you please to consider giving of your time. A volunteer shift is an hour and a half, and you could commit to one shift a week or one a month, whether it's your church, your faith community, your neighborhood. And fun fact, 19% of our volunteers are under the age of 18. Learning to love community starts in a room like this, not when you're my age. So really having the opportunity in our new space, we will be having Tuesday and Wednesday evening shifts in our new space. Great time to bring family in. And then we're also introducing Saturdays 3 times a month, 3 weekends a month. And that's something we haven't had since 2019 in Muskegon. So we will really be expanding our ability to make different shifts work for different clubs, different groups, and especially for our youth. Now Muskegon, I'm gonna rip through this. Go Muskegon. All right, so I've been with the organization since 2016, and in that time I've worn a lot of different hats, so I'm not as knowledgeable in all things and maybe as I once was, but I wanna share with you that what excites me the most is our partnership with Central United Methodist Church. I believe, from my seat on the big cogwheel, the big bus, that being in that church basement for 11 years allowed us the opportunity, for example, to establish a fund with our local community foundation. We wanted people to understand that our organization was going to stay in Muskegon. We have deep roots, deep commitment, deep tie. And so we were able to build up our donor base, build up that trust while we began serving 289 kids at Edgewood Elementary in Muskegon Heights way back in 2012. When we moved out of that space 2.5 years ago, Pastor, we were serving almost 1,900 a day out of that same space. It was tough, it was gritty, but we made it work. This is what we do. Then we've spent the last 2 years in a shared space with Aldea Coffee. And finally, we secured our forever home, which is 2330 Barclay, the former Barclay Event Center. If any of you have been, it is beautiful. It also lies on 6 acres, friends. And those 6 acres are going to allow us to have, we're building and constructing a separate building classroom, a learning facility, and we're going to have on-site raised gardens where we're going to have some sensory things for kids, and our lesson plans will be able to be taught there. And in our feasibility study and our subsequent listening sessions in Muskegon that we conducted before we launched into this campaign, we heard from the community, and what we heard was they would like a place for community to gather, not only and especially though to learn how to prepare healthy food. And this space will really allow us the ability to bring our families in and on site, large groups on site, to be able to have that whole learning experience to include the grow piece, but on a much smaller scale, not 10 acres. Yeah. You will see on your tables, as I've gone through this all very quickly, I have information on what's in a sack supper. You will see some information about the brown bag decorating. That's an awesome way to give back. And our brochure on your tables, that's very specific to our expansion. On the back of that brochure is a QR code. It is a really, really wonderful video for our expansion, our capital campaign, our Feeding Our Future capital campaign. And finally, I will leave you with, we are having our first ever, what we hope to be an annual event for community. It's called the Brunch on Barclay, which is happening September the 12th at our new building. It's a luncheon. We have the Sim as a tremendous partner and has been a partner for years, along with several other restaurants. And it's a first sneak peek at our new facility and grounds. So we would love to see you. I have my card if anybody would like my card for a private tour, but you are all welcome to visit us at our new forever home. We will be moving at the very end of August. So, thank you, Rotary. Appreciate you. Happy to be here today. Thank you. And we have questions, right?
You talked a little bit about advocacy and the importance of SNAP benefits or food stamps. Can you talk a little bit about how the current cuts to SNAP benefits might impact the demand for your services?
Thank you for that question. Thank you. I have some notes here in case this question. I can't keep all of this straight. I'm all over the place. So $660 million has been slashed from school food programs. On top of that, the USDA has cut $500 million specifically intended for food to help our food banks and food assistance programs. That is significant. And there's many of us in here. I see many of my wonderful colleagues, Chris with Senior Resource, or not Senior Resources, I'm sorry, Chris, Meals on Wheels. Listen, it's just very difficult because we're seeing a lot more competition, right? And this uncertain time. So they're putting federal grants and funding on hold often, and all of us have social media in the news, and we're hearing about those cuts, and we're seeing them almost weekly from all of our partners in this space. So it's a significant impact. Some of the things that we're doing is to help, or our response rather as an organization, we're actively pursuing new funding streams. Whereas I said it earlier, we're 90% funded by community. Maybe that's not a terrible thing at this point in time, but we really have to diversify our portfolio. We really need to. That's still very lopsided. And so we're working on that. We have I cannot speak today. Advocacy team is working with our local state representatives, our senators. So we're in Lansing a lot, and we're doing a lot of door knocking and talking to our constituents and our donors and just putting out the information as best as we're able. We're optimizing our resources, like our volunteers are one of our biggest resources. So really sharing that need, time, talent, and treasure. Which box does that fit for you? And by the way, that's for all our organizations. All of our organizations need support in those spaces. And then seeking alternatives, we receive currently 40% of our food supply at 16 cents on the dollar from Feeding America. If those dollars go away and we're not able to quite utilize Feeding America in that major way, what does that look like for us? So we're working through all of those avenues right now. Thank you for the question.
One last question. Thank you very much. I, amongst several others, obviously, in this room, were at their Grand Rapids facility last spring. And we will, under my theme of time and talent, be getting an outreach to you. Our club will be part of the volunteer base that you will be relying on as you get into your new facility. You and I will have a conversation about that. Speaker honorarium this year will be from our Muskegon Rotary Club, a donation for supplies and materials used by our club members and youth from our Interact clubs as they take service trips to El Salvador and Honduras. So that is on your behalf, and thank you for joining us today. Birthday slide, Michael. Rita Cavanis and Amy Campanelli are two, August 3rd and August 6th. We will sing Happy Birthday. Darlene and Annette, ladies, take us away. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. That sounds pretty good. Thanks, ladies. Important, if it's your birthday, gonna be or has been, that's all of us, please make a $10 donation, birthday gift to Caring Connection. We have just used Caring Connection to remember and support Kim in these past weeks of her issues with her friend. So we are out there touching base. Please get a hold of us if we need to get to somebody here in our club, both good and bad as it relates to where their life's at. There are Caring Connection QR codes and envelopes up here, and you also see it in the rim each week. Spotlight today, Rotary in Action, is Rashonda McDaniels on mentoring. Michael.
My name is Rashonda McDaniels, and I'm here to just share my experience with having a mentor in the Rotary Club. While in high school, I graduated in 2011 from Muskegon High School, and while there, I want to say my 11th grade year, I had a mentor through the Rotary Club, which they're called guidance counselors. They kind of set certain students up with these mentors. And during that time, my mentor from Rotary, she would come and spend time with me, kind of help me keep track of my grades and credits. We also spent like personal time just so that we can learn more about one another. So her name is Lynette Griffith. The impact she made is just, I won't ever forget her. That was the impact. Just making sure that she shared that kindness and just wanting to be there and supportive of someone that she didn't even know. When I didn't have anybody really to just be on me and spend that extra time with me, that was the impact. And so lately I've been talking about that experience with my husband, and then I came across you. And I wanted to just make sure that in some way, shape, or form, she knows that she did a great job, and Rotary actually is doing an amazing job with providing those opportunities to students like myself. Just keep doing what you're doing, because the support and help is definitely needed.
no better message than that as to what we do and how we do it. My guess was that was through the Strive program. Was it? Okay. Yeah, we used to have a Strive program that helped young people like her when she was back in high school. We can do that again. It is out there. It's a potential. It's a possibility. It can work in different ways. I am open to ideas, concepts. Get a hold of me. Let's see if our mentoring may go in a different direction here in the next months or years. With that, we have Dennis Atkinson's induction, and we have with him sponsor Susan Crane. Would you please come forward? Microphone? You want to do it from here? Or there, or you've got the mic right there. Which one do you want to do? Okay.
Hello, Susan Crane, past president of this wonderful club years ago. I'd like to introduce Dennis Atkinson, a neighbor of mine. Dennis is a native Michigander, born in Detroit, educated in Flint at GMI, now Kettering, and is relocating to Muskegon from Ferndale on the east side of the state. He's married to Dawn for nearly 40 years this August. They have 2 wonderful daughters and 2 adorable granddaughters. If you're curious about them at all, he has plenty of pictures to share, although I'm not sure I've seen any of them, Dennis. Dennis has achieved 2 degrees in engineering, electrical, and biomedical from Penn State. That's a top notch. Over his career, Dennis has worked with GM at the Warren Tech Center, Siemens and GE Healthcare as a researcher and research director, and has worked in academia at USC and Wayne State as a collections manager. Most recently, he retired from a small startup that he founded, a company that is making safety logistic tools for the transportation and storage of high-powered lithium-ion battery systems for EVs, laptops, and utilities. He has been active in local community activities in Michigan over the last decade, including building a program with social workers during the Flint water crisis, developing a center for citizenship at Wayne State, funding for Ferndale Pride, and even being a balloon handler for the Detroit Thanksgiving Parade. Dennis is interested, mind you, you committee chairs, Dennis is interested in Muskegon Rotary and the great work done by its members. He is interested to speak with clubs leaders who could use someone with his technical background and is willing to help out with their programs. Please welcome Dennis.
I just let you flip Dennis around. There we go. I don't bite. Thank you, Susan. Fellow Rotarians and guests, it is a great privilege today to formally welcome a new member into our Muskegon Rotary Club. Membership in Rotary is not merely joining a club, but becoming part of a global family dedicated to making positive impact locally and internationally. Rotary International is a family of more than 1.2 million Rotarians in more than 45,000 clubs over 200 countries worldwide. Dennis Atkinson, welcome to the Muskegon Rotary Club. You were invited into membership because you embody the spirit and service and high ethical standards that Rotary upholds. Your sponsor recognized your potential and introduced you to an organization which is committed to fostering the ideal of service above self. Thank you, Susan. As a member, Dennis, you now represent Rotary in this community. Membership involves duties and obligations, including regular attendance and contributions to service and fundraising activities. You will need to join a committee, which I think you're already reaching out for, become involved in the work of this club and of Rotary International. We promote peace, fight disease, provide clean water, support education, embrace mothers and children, grow local economies, and protect the environment. Locally, we have been a long-standing tradition of developing youth leadership among our avenues of community service. Join us in our work and the joy of our fellowship. Do you agree to these obligations of Rotary membership?
Yes.
Dennis, I formally induct you into the Muskegon Rotary Club. I am provide you a Rotary pin, wear it with pride, also a club directory, objects of Rotary, and the 4-way test. Here's that stuff. You now have, you just hand it to him. We don't need to do any pinning. No blood. No blood today. I ask you to take the gift of Rotary and share it with others. Specifically, invite someone with your commitment to community and ethical standards to join the Muskegon Rotary Club in the next 6 months. Will you accept this assignment?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. At the end of the meeting, please be in the lobby, the two of you, to allow members to welcome Dennis to the club. And I ask now that the members and guests of the Muskegon Rotary Club rise to welcome the newest Rotarian in the world, Dennis Atkinson. Welcome. We have more on the way for new memberships. They are starting to stack up. We'll have no Paul Harris Fellow Awards today. If you have an announcement, please briefly keep it to 2 minutes or less. If that is a club committee or an event, please come forward at this time. Again, keeping your remarks brief. There will be no Rewind Rotary meeting tonight. Rewind meets next Thursday, August 7th, 5:15 p.m., the Core Plaza Vault. I attended a meeting last week of the Muskegon Area Parkways and Greenways Coalition, the new support group for all county, city, and township parks. Has a strong volunteer component. I have a community volunteer plan for this Rotary year that I'll be discussing with the Rotary Board in August. And we'll look for Rotary liaisons for groups like the Coalition who might provide Rotary time and talent. I'm looking for a Rotarian to be a liaison for the Coalition's volunteer group for area parks. The Coalition will start Friends in Parks groups across the area, plant trees, do trash cleanup, and fight invasive plant species within our parks. Let me know if you have a passion and time to coordinate the Rotary volunteering for such efforts. I'm working with Jonathan Skolton, who will be sort of my overseer of all things volunteering, and we're working up a plan in which there'll be members who go out and support, as ARN has in the past, for food trucks. So we'll be looking for those opportunities for you guys to get involved, to get us attached, and we will be doing one for sure with Kids Food Basket, as we have with the Boys and Girls Club and others. Please note that President-elect Roger and I will be out of town August 7 and 14. Past President Tim and President nominee Lisa will be leading the lunch meetings then. Thank you for that. In addition, August 5, past President's Breakfast canceled. Resume Tuesday, September 2nd, 8 a.m. at Carmen's. The next club board meeting is Tuesday, August 19th at noon at the Block. Finally, some good news on our endowment fund at the Community Foundation. We got our quarterly report, and the statement shows that as of June 30th, our fund was at $551,000. This year to date, the return on our investment has been 8.8%.
Hello, I'm Jamie Soa, and I serve as the Rotaract Club Advisor for the Baker College campus. And we have a fundraising opportunity that we're hoping that you all will maybe partake in. We are in the middle of coordinating a 5K run, which is in partnership with the Mona Shores cross-country team and the Norton Shores Arts and Drafts Festival. And so we are looking for runners or walkers. If you're not a runner or walker, please, I'm sure you know somebody that likes to run or walk. The festival is August 16th. The race starts at 8 a.m. and there are some QR codes with race information on the back table. And so we hope that you can partake in our festival.
Andrew Cutler with the Party in the Park Committee, and I'm asking again for volunteers. 3 weeks out right now. We have quite a list, but we still need more, especially on second shift. So keep that in mind. If you volunteer for second shift at the end, we get to finish off whatever kegs are tapped. So keep that in mind. It's August 22nd, Friday, and we have, do you remember what the band is? It is Let There Be Rock, I believe. So it's going to be a fun time. So look out for another email, and we hope to see you there.
Thank Andrew and the folks helping him out with that. Is anyone in our service staff here? Can they hear me in the back room? If so, I'd like to have Hannah step out, and I will introduce her at the end if she hasn't come out. Hannah came up to me today and asked for a favor of an announcement. She is in the Penguin Project with the Muskegon Civic Theater, and she will be on stage with Frozen Jr. September 6th and 7th. I haven't seen her come through the door yet. Tickets are on sale at the Frohenthal Theater box office. Where she is, there she is. Come say hi. Just wave at us. Give us a big wave. There is Hannah. And she'd love to have you come out and see Frozen Jr. September 6 and 7 at the Frohenthal through the Penguin Project. Thank you. Josh, do we have some winners today? Oh, you are Josh Silvas, aren't you? $616. $569. $420. $420. Hmm? $540. Jane. Ladies rule? Ladies rule? Our program next week will be the importance of planning, and we'll have a panel discussion on that. After the bell, I will play some music from contemporary jazz great Chuck Mangione, who, along with Ozzy, passed away in the last week. The background music will honor and appreciate our meeting crew of Mike, Melissa, Ed, Hannah, and the staff at the Lake House. As we mingle and enjoy the magic of Rotary, we thank them for making our meetings so meaningful. To end, we rise. Members and guests, recite the four-way test. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Let's unite for good. We are adjourned.